Have you ever felt that walking just doesn't cut it anymore for your heart health? Or worse, that it's too painful for your joints, leaving you drained and discouraged? If you're over 65 and struggling with stiffness, fatigue, or reduced mobility, you're not alone. Millions of older adults are in the same boat. But here's the truth. Walking might not be the heart solution it's hyped to be. That's why today we're revealing 5 safer, smarter, surgeon-recommended alternatives. You can do them right at home to improve circulation, energize your body, and protect your heart. Starting now. 1. Seated leg pumps. One of the most accessible yet surprisingly powerful exercises for heart health and circulation, especially for older adults who find walking painful or tiring, is the seated leg pump. It might look too easy at first glance, almost like it couldn't possibly make a difference. But don't underestimate it. This small movement can mimic the benefits of walking without placing stress on your knees, hips, or back. That's a game changer for seniors with arthritis, balance issues, or limited endurance. What makes it so effective? It's all about the calf muscles, often called the second heart by cardiologists. These muscles act like a natural pump. Every time you contract them, they help push blood back up from your legs toward your heart. This upward flow is crucial. Without it, blood can pool in your lower limbs, leading to swollen ankles, cold feet, or worse, dangerous blood clots. Long periods of sitting, like at the doctor's office while reading or on long car rides, can make the problem even worse. The seated leg pump gently counters this, helping to keep your blood flowing without exhausting your body. You don't need to stand, walk, or even put on shoes to do it. Just a solid chair and a few moments of your time. How to do it? Sit up tall in a sturdy chair with your back supported and feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Raise your heels while keeping your toes on the ground. Hold for a moment and feel the calf muscles contract. Lower your heels, then raise your toes, keeping your heels on the ground, activating the front of your lower legs. Alternate slowly between heels up and toes up. Aim for 10-20 repetitions or 1 to 2 minutes at a time. It's not about sweating or straining. It's about consistency. Doing small, steady movements every day to keep your blood flowing and your heart supported. But the real impact goes beyond the physical. Many older adults feel discouraged when doctors say, just move more. Because when every step hurts, that advice can feel impossible. The seated leg pump removes that barrier. It's gentle, it's safe, and most importantly, it's doable. Let me tell you about Ronald, a 78-year-old widower who lives alone. For months, he barely moved. He was dizzy, exhausted, and overwhelmed by the idea of exercise. But then his physical therapist introduced him to seated leg pumps. Ronald started small. Just 20 reps every hour while watching his favorite westerns. He didn't think it would work. But 2 weeks later, his ankles weren't swollen anymore, his feet weren't cold, and he had more energy than he'd felt in years. More importantly, Ronald said, I finally feel like I'm doing something for my body, not just watching it decline. That's the real power of this movement. Not just improved circulation, but restored confidence and control. The beauty of this exercise is that it can fit seamlessly into your day. Do a set during your morning coffee, while chatting on the phone, or sitting at the dinner table. Every small set helps reduce heart strain, improves blood flow, and can lower your risk for deep vein thrombosis, DVT. Vitality doesn't have to mean long walks or hard workouts. Sometimes it just means showing up for yourself, one tiny pump at a time. And those small choices add up to stronger circulation, better heart health, and a renewed belief that your body can still support you. Number 2, wall push-ups. When most people hear the word push-up, they imagine something intense. dropping to the ground and struggling to complete reps like a young gym enthusiast. But for older adults, there's a version of this classic move that's just as powerful and far more forgiving: the wall push-up. Think of it as a standing push-up that delivers strength, cardiovascular support, and mental confidence. Without ever having to get on the floor, all you need is a wall. This gentle movement is designed with seniors in mind. It requires no special equipment, no complex technique, and no fear of falling. Just a wall, a few minutes of your time, and a willingness to move. The benefits, however, are anything but basic. Wall push-ups engage the upper body muscles that often go underused as we age: the chest, shoulders, arms, and core. These muscles do more than just help us carry groceries or reach for things. They're also deeply connected to healthy blood flow, good posture, and efficient breathing. The movement of pushing away from the wall increases circulation through the upper body, helping to oxygenate muscles and relieve tension caused by sedentary habits. What's more, the exercise gently activates the diaphragm and breathing muscles, helping improve lung capacity, a critical component of vitality in older age. And unlike traditional push-ups or walking, this activity is joint-friendly. It places minimal strain on your knees, hips, and back. Instead of pounding or twisting, you're using steady pressure against the wall in a way that supports your frame while still challenging your muscles. To perform a wall push-up, stand facing a sturdy wall about 2 to 3 feet away depending on your comfort. Place your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height, fingers pointing upward. Your hands should be shoulder-width apart. Keep your feet flat on the ground, hip-width apart, and your knees slightly bent. Slowly bend your elbows and lean your body toward the wall, keeping your back straight and core lightly engaged. Once your chest nears the wall, push back to your starting position. That's 1 rep. Try for 8 to 12 reps per set. You can do a single set throughout the day, perhaps after brushing your teeth or before dinner. As your confidence grows, gradually increase your distance from the wall to make the push-ups more challenging. You're in full control, but the beauty of this exercise lies not just in the physical benefits. It's the emotional shift that comes with it. Many seniors carry emotional weight from years of stress, chronic illness, or loss of independence. Something as small as a push-up can become a daily reminder of inner strength. As you lean into the wall and push back, you're reclaiming ownership over your body. Let me tell you about Margaret, 82, who had stopped exercising altogether after a fall left her fearful of movement. Her doctor told her she needed strength to stay independent, but everything felt too risky. Then a friend suggested wall push-ups. Margaret started with just 5 each morning, steadying herself with her kitchen counter. At first, she doubted herself, worried it would be painful or she'd feel silly. But within days, her confidence began to return. Her shoulders felt stronger, her breathing deepened, and she began standing taller. "I thought my body was done," she told me, "but really I just stopped giving it a chance." That's the quiet power of this exercise. It isn't flashy, it won't make headlines, but it can slowly, steadily transform how you feel in your body. Wall push-ups remind us that strength doesn't have to be loud. It can be steady, supportive, and entirely within reach. Number 3, seated leg lifts. If your ankles swell after long periods of sitting or your feet stay cold no matter how many layers you wear, you're not alone. These are common signs of poor circulation, something many seniors experience. Fortunately, one incredibly simple movement can make a surprising difference: the seated leg lift. This exercise requires only a sturdy chair and a few minutes of your time. It's quiet, discreet, and effective. And though it may seem unremarkable at first, Seated leg lifts help your heart, circulation, and overall energy in powerful ways. The magic lies in the muscle groups it activates. Your quadriceps, hamstrings, calves, and hips are some of the largest muscles in the body. When they move, they squeeze your blood vessels like pumps, helping move blood upward against gravity toward your heart. For older adults, that's essential because with age, circulation slows and blood can begin to pool in the lower legs. This leads to heavy, tired legs, swelling, or even dangerous clots. By engaging these muscles regularly, seated leg lifts ease the burden on your heart and improve blood flow throughout your body. This can reduce your resting heart rate, boost stamina, and give you that light, steady feeling in your legs that many people haven't felt in years. Here's how to do them. Sit upright in a stable chair, feet flat on the ground and spaced hip-width apart. Keep your back supported. Lift one leg a few inches off the floor, straight or with a gentle bend in the knee. Hold for a second or two, feeling the muscle engage, then lower it slowly. Alternate legs in a smooth rhythm. Start with 10 to 15 repetitions per leg or simply keep going for 1-2 minutes. Rest your hands on the sides of the chair for balance. The goal isn't intensity, it's consistency. These small movements build strength over time and contribute to improved vascular function and muscular control. But what makes seated leg lifts special is the sense of empowerment they bring. Each time you lift your leg, you're doing more than exercising. You're reclaiming your independence. You're reminding yourself that your body still responds to intention. That sense of control can be deeply emotional, especially for those who feel sidelined by age, illness, or injury. Let me tell you about Paul, a 79-year-old former mechanic who had slowed down dramatically after losing his wife. His days had become a string of long hours in front of the television. A neighbor noticed and suggested he try doing something, anything, during commercials. Paul took that to heart. He started doing seated leg lifts each time the ads came on. At first, he didn't expect much. But within a few weeks, his knees felt more stable, his feet warmer, and his steps more confident. What changed most, though, was his outlook. "I felt like I was finally doing something again, something that mattered," he told me. That quiet act of moving became his daily anchor. It reminded him he was still present, still participating in his own life. Seated leg lifts aren't about sweating or burning calories. They're about dignity, presence, and movement with purpose. They ask very little from you but offer so much in return. Improved circulation, stronger muscles, and renewed confidence. They can be done anytime. During morning coffee, between phone calls, or as part of your evening wind down. The simplicity is the power. You don't need stairs, a treadmill, or a trainer, just a chair, your legs, and a moment of attention. Over time, these lifts can transform the way you feel in your body and how you feel about your body. One small lift at a time. Number 4, hand grip squeezes. When most people think about heart health, they picture big movements, jogging, swimming, or walking briskly. But sometimes the most powerful action you can take for your heart involves no movement at all. Just a squeeze. That's the beauty of hand grip exercises. This quiet, almost invisible movement engages your cardiovascular system in a profound way. When you squeeze and release with intention, you're activating blood vessels throughout your hands and forearms. This simple act improves blood pressure, stimulates circulation, and gives your heart a much-needed break from constant strain. Especially important for those over 70. In fact, research shows that consistent hand grip training can lower systolic blood pressure, the top number in a blood pressure reading. That's the pressure your heart must overcome to push blood through your arteries. Lowering it helps reduce the risk of stroke, heart failure, and kidney problems. What makes this so powerful is how accessible it is. No equipment is required beyond a tennis ball, a stress ball, or a small hand gripper. You can sit by the window, talk to a loved one on the phone, or watch TV while strengthening your heart, without ever standing up. And here's something remarkable. Hand grip strength is closely linked to longevity. Studies suggest that those with stronger grip strength live longer and more independently. Why? Because your grip reflects the overall function of your nervous and muscular systems. When grip weakens, it often means balance, coordination, and even confidence are slipping. But a strong grip tells a different story. It says, "I'm still here, I'm still capable." Let me share a story about Ruth, an 84-year-old retired librarian I once met. She always carried a little red stress ball in her purse, not for anxiety, but for heart health. "Every time I sit down, I give it 3 squeezes," she told me, "and 3 more when I stand up." It became her habit, almost like a secret handshake with her body. At first, Ruth didn't notice much. But after a couple of weeks, she began to feel lighter. More energy, more control. She said something I'll never forget. "I used to feel like my heart was running a race I couldn't catch up to. But now, I feel like we're finally in sync." That's the emotional power of something so small. With aging often comes a sense of letting go, of speed, strength, or even identity. But hand grip training puts something back in your hands. Literally, it gives you a tool you can use anytime, anywhere. You don't need to sweat, stretch, or strain. You simply squeeze and release. And every squeeze is a small declaration: I'm still active. I still care for this body. Over time, these small squeezes add up. They reduce heart strain, improve circulation, and support overall vitality. Best of all, they remind you that even the quietest effort can lead to meaningful change. You don't have to walk miles or lift weights to take charge of your heart health. Sometimes the smallest gesture, a simple squeeze, can bring the biggest results. Number 5, seated leg raises. When we think of ways to support heart health, we often imagine movement. Jogging, biking, or brisk walks through the park. But for many older adults, especially those over 70, that kind of exertion isn't just difficult. It can feel completely out of reach. Fatigue, arthritis, or balance problems can make exercise feel like a risk instead of a benefit. That's where seated leg raises come in. This gentle, low-effort movement is deceptively powerful. From the outside, it looks simple, just lifting one leg at a time from a chair. But inside your body, it activates the large muscles in your thighs and helps your blood flow smoothly back to your heart. In a way, your legs act like a second pump, easing the workload on your heart. Sitting for long periods causes blood to pool in the lower legs. That pressure builds, making your heart work harder to recirculate it. Over time, this can lead to swelling, blood clots, and elevated blood pressure. But by doing seated leg raises regularly, you interrupt that cycle. You wake up the quadriceps and improve venous return, allowing fresh, oxygen-rich blood to move where it's needed. And you don't need a gym, a yoga mat, or any equipment. You can do this while watching TV, reading, or even chatting on the phone. Here's how. Sit upright in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the ground, back supported. Slowly lift one leg, keeping it straight or slightly bent. Hold it for 2 or 3 seconds, then lower it gently. Switch sides and repeat. Aim for 10-15 lifts per leg. As you build strength, increase the duration or number of reps gradually. These leg raises do more than improve circulation. They strengthen the quads, which are essential for mobility. Getting up from a chair, walking across the room, or maintaining balance. For older adults, every bit of lower body strength translates directly into confidence and independence. And that confidence changes everything. Take Carl, a 77-year-old former mechanic who had largely stopped moving around after heart issues, and a minor stroke left him weak and uncertain. He didn't believe that something as basic as lifting his leg from a chair could help. It felt too small to matter, he said. But within weeks of daily practice, Carl noticed his legs felt lighter. His knees ached less, and stairs didn't seem so daunting anymore. But it was his mindset that shifted the most. "I used to sit around and feel like I was fading," Carl told me. "Now I feel like I'm showing up again for myself." That's the hidden beauty of seated leg raises. It's not just about heart function or stronger muscles. It's about reclaiming a sense of purpose. When you start moving again, even just a little, you remember that your body isn't finished. It's still responding. It still wants to serve you. This small movement becomes an act of daily dignity, a statement that your health still matters and that you're not done taking care of yourself. So if more vigorous exercises feel too demanding, start here. Start with a chair, a quiet moment, and a simple lift. Let it remind you that progress doesn't have to be loud to be life-changing. Well, that wraps it up. 5 simple but powerful alternatives to walking that can boost your circulation, strengthen your heart, and help you stay active, all without stepping outside or stressing your joints. Each one of these movements is proof that taking care of your heart doesn't have to be complicated or painful. I'd love to know, what's the one exercise from today's video that you're most excited to try? Is it the seated leg pump while you sip your coffee? Or maybe the wall push-up that helps you feel a little stronger each day? Drop your answer in the comments below and let us know how you'll add it into your routine. Your ideas and experiences might just inspire someone else in this community to take that first step too. If this video helped you or gave you something new to think about, be sure to like it and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell for more heart-healthy tips made just for seniors. Thank you for watching, and we can't wait to see you again soon.